No, we are not putting a stop as it is. So the discussions are on. It doesn't mean that we want to get them in the gambit. The reason is why we are discussing is about is, if you see the most, the way it has been practiced. The question is the way it is practiced. I'm not questioning as a minister here. There's so many people, all walks of life, when they come and meet us. So this was given earlier because there was a Sunrise Industries, and I believe, if I'm not wrong, in other states it is not there. Maybe in few states like Karnataka it is there. It's not pan-India. We really don't want to get them in this gambit. We want to relook into that, and before getting them, if at all, we have to not give that exemption. I want to be very strong on the record, because it should not give a wrong message. That we will talk to the interested parties like the concerned minister and as well as chief minister also, which have been very loud in my approach, and I'm very categorically very clear that I will not do just in haste, but this is a point which need to be discussed. I think even the IT industry should look into this, because the way they retrench people, the way they block the email IDs overnight, and they'll not allow them to communicate, like Sumuto, they feel very supreme. This is what they need to look into. So at a broader picture, yes, today or tomorrow this is going to come. So the discussion has started, and there are so many people, they voluntarily come and say, sir, they have retrenched us. So we don't have a mechanism to try to help them, as well as of situation today. I think even the IT sector as such, they should really look into this, because I believe the insecurities of having a permanent job is more in IT than any other field, if I'm not wrong. That's how it looks like according to me as of now. I think as industry they need to look into this. That's where we are today. But certainly in coming days, it will be not my alone approach. I would like to call the IT minister and the industry minister as such, and the concerned interested party, have a discussion. Should we really do it? If at all you want to continue, but there has to be some security for everybody. That is where my contest. He is not trying to get them into gambit and hold them, not to use the power, muscle or labor law. It's not that. It's basically, trying to give them, boss, look at us, at last everybody is employee and employer. Just because you're IT, it doesn't mean that you can throw anybody out overnight and get anybody or not. This is attitude has to be changed. Some sort of social security has to be fixed in. HR practices, that's what I mean. They need to look into that, right? Job security is more important for everybody, right? So the problem is, what happens to this person who is highly employed? He does not have a second job at all. As you go lower, he can jump to some other place, but this guy, apart from this, he cannot do anything else. And if they retrench, and if they don't give him a clean sheet to go and to face other employment, all this is a question mark. I'm not trying to blame the entire IT sector as such, but I think some practices need to be looked into. But it's not my alone effort. I want them to understand. I want to make them to sit, understand with other departments also, at the interest of whom we are talking about. At the interest of the people who are employed, they're employees only, right? So it's not to try to get into the clutches of Labour Department and try to show that we are muscling over you, the labor laws will come to you overnight. This is not the attitude. This is not my attitude at all. We want to get into by mutual discussion. We need to understand what is that they have to say about it. Duration of working hours is there. There are so many trial methods they have to do. All these things I need not really discuss. This is not, talking negative is always easy, right? So I'm not trying to say, if they have agreed, if the employees does not have a complaint over it, if employees enjoying, they will say we are allowing them to work from home also, right? So that cushion is been given there. So working hours, extra working hours, sometimes not working, it's always there. That is a different sector altogether. So being sitting here today, just because I'm become a labor minister, I don't want to comment on it. I'm only, point is the security way. I'm only interested in the security. But remaining is it's their complaint. If they have got complaint of long working hours, it's left to them. It's two very different things. It's comparing with oranges with apple. Always tomorrow you become a government employee, you behave differently, and when you become an enterprise, you be different. That's how the law of nature is. We have to admit it. So if you're asking the correction part, it's a larger issue we need to discuss at different level. But accountability has to come into the government level. For your question, the audit has to come. if he is a principal secretary of any heading any post, there has to be an accountability. If I am a minister, there has to be an accountability. For perhaps there is no accountability for me today, or perhaps the secretary, I personally feel. So the accountability pattern has to come in. It is not going to happen overnight. Today you raise this question, maybe I'm answering this, but down the line, if we have to match up to the corporate level, in the government level, the administration level should have more transparency. Accountability should be there at every head. Then there is a scope that we can really compete with them, because what happens in private sectors is an accountability. Today I'm sitting, for example, you're working for 8 hours. So there is average law, thumb rule is there. If you're working for 8 hours, what is the output? There's a mandatory output, so where I can monitor. In government, it is different. It's not only about product, it's more of services. So since it is more of services, it's very difficult to get an output also. It's always a debatable, but for your question, if I have to restrict and really answer very as of now, it has to have more of a transparency and accountability. We have started already. We have now for gig workers. See, I'll just explain to you about my department since we started this. We have got around about 1.8 crore people as unorganized sector. So people who are into income tax assessee, people who have got GST, people who are highly paid. Apart from that, most of the people who are there comes under unorganized sector. So what has happened in unorganized sector is everybody wants a social security. This is a mandate. That's by constitution, by government. Every government has to provide them the social security. Here I have proposed the government for 1 rupee cess on the collection, if we can collect on the petrol and diesel. I presume that by doing 1 rupee extra charge, we will be collecting about 2,500 to 3,000 crores. And if I'm adding some more money which comes to unorganized sector, I think if I have a corpus of 3,000 crores, I feel I can take care of entire 1.8 crore families who are unorganized, basically. So we can give them the good social security, anything happens, or especially illness. My vision is, if the biggest problem with any middle class family or a lower middle class family or a lower family is basically when the illness comes into. All these other schemes which are there, they're coming up to maximum 5 lakhs. So even Pradhan Mantri, Yojana, all those insurance cards which are there, they are not above 5 lakhs at all. So anything happens little more than that, then there is a question is there. So yes, we can elaborate more onto that, and we can give a cushion of another 10 lakhs. That could be a possibility. I'm just speaking to some of the insurance guys, but this is at a proposal level. This is about a universal health card which I'm talking about for all the sector of unorganized. So in the unorganized sector, what happens now? For example, now we're getting a transport bill. So when I'm getting a transport bill, when I'm collecting a transport cess, the people who are related to transport department only have to pay them this social security. I cannot give a guy who is into pottery, I cannot give a guy who is into street vendor. So the larger interest, if I have to cover the entire unorganized sector, that is a proposal which I'm making to the government. But since we came in, the new initiatives is that I've made around about 13 unorganized sectors like tailors, like street vendors, like hamalis, like Nekars, all those people who are coming to around 60 lakh people, including the transport, around 60-70 lakh people will be covered in next another 2-3 months for the insurances. Some insurance will be paid to them with a card, and we have got around 45 lakh people already there in the construction board as such. So still there's a lot of vacant. We don't have so much of money immediately now, but in future of days, is definitely step by step. I've got senior workers bill I bought in now. People used to throw papers. They didn't have any security, so I'm getting security for them. I'm getting a security for the stringers also, who work for the papers, for the different papers. So for them also, I'm getting the security bill. So I'm slowly, by maybe next couple of years, will be good to go to cover all the unorganized sector people. Nobody, no idea, ma'am. I have to be honest, there's no data. Because tomorrow you want to hire somebody from Nepal, you'll hire. If she wants somebody from Bihar, she will hire. There is no data available as such. Allah, count illama.
Keep changing. Earlier, Mumbai used to attract the maximum number, but a lot of them are coming to Bangalore.
See, basically it's a cosmopolitan city now. The wages are increasing. And believe me, I have to deal with the minimum wages need to be set now in future days, because this High Court has given me an order to set on Reptocross breed. I have to set a minimum wages act, which I had done when I was there in 2016. So all set together, yes, there is migration happening. The states of Bihar, UP, people migrate. Nepal too is yes, universal. Nepal is there. It's a catch, because I'm trying to go. I've traveled almost now 16 districts. Personally, I've gone there trying to meet people. We call all the organization heads. So, but still they have got their own way to say. But today what has happened, my whole construction board, what is there, since from 2000 till now, the total collection of is only 13,000 crores. So including interest part. So what we have covered is around 11,000 crores. For all the entire 11,000 crores for so many years, I presume that might be figures here and there, 100 crores here or there. Around 13,000 crores is what we have got. Out of which last government, till last government, we could have 6,500 crores is spent. So we have got hardly 6,500 crores. So year on year, when we left the government, when we were in 2018, we had got hardly around 12 lakh people were there. Now in last 3 years, from 19, 20, 21 and 22, 39 lakh cards have come. All of a sudden, because what happened, they started giving freebies too much. They started giving more money to the construction laborers. The whole of Karnataka, perhaps if you see there, everybody has got a labor card. For example, district like Haveri, they have got 2,93,000 cards as of now, labor cards. So out of 45 lakh cards which I have got, so I think we have removed about 7 lakh cards now. Still it has to go on. It is not going to happen overnight. So we are stopping on the getting new cards done, and we are getting stringent rules on the renewal part. Apart from this, I am getting a GSM mapping done. Now geological survey of mapping is done, where geo mapping will be done for every building. So since from 2007 till now, how much our buildings have come, I'll be able to assess whether they have paid money or not. So I will go for reconciliation where I get more money, and futuristic building, whichever is coming. So offhand I'll be having an idea so that I'll collect more money. For example, from 2007 till now, the government of India, any work, for example, from it be highway, may it be HEL, from airport, so any even industry which he has built, which is we don't have a record, so I can collect a lot of money from them now. So I presume that our collection should go at least 2.5 folds. From 1,000 it has to go to 2,500 crores. Then that will substantiate to take care of much more larger, we can make welfare schemes. As of now, we are doing a good welfare amount of schemes, but I think now the biggest problem is, one is I have to increase the revenue for the cess revenue has to increase, as second is the labor card has to reduce. No, construction stop agilla. What they're asking is, what had happened previously in 20, 21 and 22, if a scholarship was 2,000 rupees, they enhanced to 4,000, and 4,000 directly they enhanced to 8,000. Why this so much was increased once? There is no justification. The justification is not there. Perhaps what they did is, they thought the money is laying too much. They wanted to give this. The moment they started giving this, at that time what they could give claim was only for 3 lakh people. Now the claim has come for 13 lakh people. So whatever money they have paid, if I paid the same money, in 2 years the entire money will be not there. It will be wiped out. So because they started paying from 1,000 to 2,000 rupees to 4,000, 4,000 to 8,000, who is to pay 25,000, they started paying a lakh rupee. So if I was to give for a marriage for 25,000, they started paying 75,000 directly. So the whole of Karnataka today, they understood, if I have got a labor card, then I am eligible for all such things. So today that's a problem. So the whole demand is that we have to pay the same. If I pay the same money for all 13 lakh people who have applied now, so the money will just be wiped out. So that's why we said, no, we will pay on what the other departments are paying. Where social welfare department is paying for everything, for post-graduation, for degree, there's a mark there. So I'm just paying little higher than them. So now I'm able to cover 9 lakh people. And this subsequent year, I may have another 13 lakh people to pay. So everybody are thinking that we are not paying. We are paying more numbers, but money is less. We are making some 18 checks. So this price which has been fixed before we could come, only this price was fixed, is fixed by Government of India. The norms is that. What all checkups we are doing it, perhaps you try to do it in government hospital also, the price is same. There's no change in the price. But the problem is we are targeting 10 lakh people. Our target is 10 lakh people. Now what will happen now? Preventive healthcare, when it is done, once we have got the data then next is what has to be done is next again we'll call for a tender. Or for example, there are so many other things which we are supposed to get it done. It's very easy for us to see to that the next level will take care on the next level. So people have got plus and minuses, but it's a mandatory. I believe preventive healthcare is such more important for a poor family because they never get chucked only. They never get checked. So I feel anybody can debate it's right and wrong. I believe that if something is done by the government at free of cost, I think they should welcome, according to me. Because if they go individually as a family, this is for the entire family they have to do. They have got a very right to question, but this is a very mandatory thing. Why should we not do is a question mark from my side. This checks what we are trying to do, they are not checked in the government hospitals. This is the whole plan is done by the government of India only. All the rates are fixed by the government of India only. So basically every state is doing it. I think we are spending around 250 to 300 crores. And covering over 10 lakh people, it's really worth doing it according to me. They may challenge it, but now what will happen now, the entire data will come onto the online now. So based on to that, since the preventive healthcare has given so many parameters who has to be taken care of what for the next level, we can take care of it. If there is no checkup, how will you do? We are doing it now. Once the entire data comes to our board, who all has to be taken care of what to the next level will be the second stage now. We will extend, we'll add some more transit accommodations. So my purpose of making a transit accommodation is we will create an infrastructure and give companies like CRIDI. So what we will do, we'll create an infrastructure and we'll give to CRIDI, so the CRIDI will run. They will maintain it and they will run. Because we as wherever we get an opportunity, wherever there is a place, few of the places, one of the most commercially viable districts. So such districts we are concentrating. One thing is appreciate NREGA now. NREGA comes in hand here. What has happened in northeast states, they don't have anything to do. There's no much of infrastructure, there's no much of industry. And some of the northeast states, even though their youngsters are there, they don't have jobs on hand. Especially if you see the entire service industry today, the entire northeast is only ruling from Tamil Nadu to Kerala to everywhere. So we have to admit it. So they come and work at less salaries also. We have to admit it. Earlier what is to happen to this coffee plantation is people from Ballari, they used to migrate. From Ballari people used to migrate. Now once the NREGA has come in, and since the industry has flourished there, a lot of mining activities happened, the migrations of labor have stopped. So now people are coming from West Bengal, people are coming from especially from Northeast, they are there now. So this surplus and demand and surplus in totality as a Labour Department, I don't have a control over it. I can only frame laws. Whenever who is working, whether he's been covered by minimum wages or not, is going to be my lookout as of now. The imbalancing is difficult. Every state and the country, we have to look at a larger issue. The local people do not work for that salary. One is, and local people have got maybe, for example, Ballari, I gave an example today. So today, one of the laborer who's working in a remote village, he is paid 320 rupees at NREGA there only. So why will he come all there and take 500 rupees today? Yeah. If you are paying 500 rupees also per day, staying at home, he is going to get 320 rupees today. Or maybe next year again he is going to get more. I've given you unorganized sector itself is on 80. The whole of country unorganized 90%. So Karnataka is around about 83% to 85%. This is unorganized sector. So everybody is. This is the whole statistics of this country. I think Home Minister had once replied in the assembly, so perhaps I don't have much of this thing. So the question was there. So there is a ritual practice from the police department itself, so where Home Minister actually addressed in the assembly. So I don't have much of exactly not, but I think it has been addressed. See, what happens, good you spoke about the child labor. I've been traveling everywhere. Child labor is more of creating an awareness. You also should, in principle, try to create an awareness, she and me. So what happens here, it's not now what we have done, we don't want to hold a child now. Only once we hold a child, we are tagging him now. Till he gets 18 years old. So it will be responsibility of the government and the department, whichever department it is. Either Women and Child Welfare or Labour Department. We have combined in such a way, there's a task force committee made in every district. It's already there existing, so we have revived it. Especially we have taken, anyway, DC is there, the SP is there, and CO, Jilla Panchayat is there, Tahsildar is there. So all we have told them is that I personally have gone to every district and told them wherever we hold them, we don't want to threaten them, we don't want to scare them. The moment we hold them basically is see to that till 18 years they're tagged, so we know where their movement is. So that is one way where initiative we want to take an initiative so that we are aware where they are. It's not that we hold them for 20 days again they go off. It's not going to happen now. Last 10 years of this BJP government, I personally feel, you may agree or you may disagree. There's always a saying, propaganda plays more than the performance. So perception creation of BJP, using all its might and right, we are all aware, you may disagree, but that's how today is. So it's not on really, these elections are not fought on any progressive or development issues. It's not only in this country, perhaps in every country it is same. So the biggest failures can be covered well, managed well. This is one of the greatest example what Mr. Modi has given to this country, that for performance does not matter. So the propaganda matters. Since the propaganda is favoring him, as Congress as India, there only the plus point is in few of the North Indian states which they are holding as of now. But I'm sure my experiences says that this time the Muslims and Dalit and OBC is coming. I think we have got a good chance. Ideologically, they will play Rama. The Lord Rama will come in now, which is they have already started. So I'm hopeful that Rama will bless us then more than them now. That's how I'm hopeful. It's a very hypothetical question. I don't think so I will be able to answer on this, but it's all about the party decision and collective at that time. What happens, the number comes, who is going to come, how many alliances are going to come in power, we really don't know. I see, if everybody is making statement, they've got liberty. That's what dissent is the essence of democracy. So everybody can say what they want to say. You posed a question to me. I feel it's too early for me to say anything on this. Preparation is, I have been made in charge of Bidar. So we are given that like every in-charge ministry is going to different districts. So obviously when you go there, the people who want to be, want to contest, they give the application. Same process which you are very aware, this is not new. But as a party, yes. As a party, if you see, I think all our 5 programs which are already there, it has reached to the grassroots level. You can ask me any numbers from my district, from Grah Jyoti or Grah Lakshmi, or you can ask about the Shakti program. Unity is going to kickstart, and as well as this the rice giving programs. So every program has reached to the last mile now. Maybe only in Grah Lakshmi, maybe 2-3% of people in entire state because of the Aadhaar card seeding. If not, people who all have made applications, I feel if I'm not wrong, 95 to 96% people who all have made applications, they are getting money. Maybe there could be a delay of a week or 10 days or maximum 15 days, but they are getting the installments according to what government had promised. So these are the programs which I feel we are banking on, and obviously UPay too. There are so many wonderful programs which we have done. So last 10 years there's nothing happened which perhaps the whole country knows, but they're having a larger medium with them, so that's why they're able to get through this. The failures of the BJP is covered overwhelmingly by medias basically. PR, no? See, if you see the regular grants, whatever we are supposed to spend, so much regular grants has been spent. Yes, definitely, this time we had a deficit budget for which CM himself has given a clarity. But next year we'll look into that. So I think the spillover by next budget will be able to do good. Some people are lucky, I think BJP people are lucky in controversies. So always luck plays to more favor to them. There are so many people who have got acquittal. They are also Hindus, right? Why are you not talking about that? Why are we not posing those questions to them? Because they get these controversies, and luck to them is the media is there with them. The moment the Rama comes, the whole country has to listen to them. So 24/7 the Rama will be shown. This is how it is going now. PM has gone to swim somewhere. Now the whole country has to watch him swimming now. What else we can do? See, that is how it is set, right? Today 6 o'clock program, 7 o'clock program, 1 o'clock program, morning program, evening program. When somebody comes from morning till evening, if tomorrow, presumably, if I show you 50% of your TR, if you're taking the entire media, if I show your face, in Jaffna also people will recognize you. Isn't it? So that's how they have been doing it, and they know they have got a professionals. Now it is not about running the government. How you have to run about the PR? The whole country is running. They have got the best professional to run. This country is run by PRs now. Only one camera will go. Only one man will go. Inside the God, behind the God, the camera will go. So anyway, this is only benefiting Mr. Modi ji and the BJP, not the country. They were 8 people who were in the same case. So apparently the only problem is the judge did not give him a bail. For all other people, the judge has given the bail. Okay, and subsequently Saturday, Sunday came in. So that was the right time. If not Monday regular bail, then now we will get the bail. It's a old pending cases. This is procedurally he has done. The stitch in time saves 9. No. So their luck time has come. So the people who got acquitted, they were Hindus. Other people who got acquitted on the same case, they were Hindus. No. Why are you not talking about them? Then you should give preference to our government, and you mean to say we are given acquittal to all Hindus? Now your questioning also is only on this now. I am giving you other question now. I have gave you a sub question. Then you should ask Mr. Ashok only, boss, the other people who have got acquittal are also Hindus. Then what about you? What do you have to say about them? It's a good question you asked. I think you should call all the youngsters from different walks of life and different parties also. It's a very, very humongous task. I feel today the perception is we have become more pleasers. I'm being very honest. Every political party or leader has become more of a pleaser. There is nothing called on policy making much. We talk, it's all just more or less for the sake of talking, because the entire thing is all about propaganda. The entire elections are fought on propaganda nowadays. There is nothing called a very a pragmatic way of getting audit sheet and trying to see who has done what. Who knows? Perhaps today I have to go and educate my wife. Because if something is fed in our mind, how do I have to change? The feeding is done from the cable TV to STV to FTV to all TVs, from 1 to 100 TVs. All TVs are just going on propaganda. So I'm just feeling, see, I'm not against BJP as such. Narendra Modi was my prime minister also. It's today, if you don't have a platform, today he may win elections. So winning elections does not mean that everything is great on the other side, right? There are so many ways to win elections. I think we need to address it as an issue, whether it is Congress or whether it is BJP or whichever parties. It's high time now. See, I'm talking as a common man also, and I'm talking as a congressman also. I'm talking as a minister also. I feel the things have to change. The change has to come in this way. I don't know. I'm not trying to come and give brownie points for my party or trying to talk anything anti against the BJP here. But there has to be a method to choose a political party. Why should I choose a Congress? Why should I choose a BJP? If there is a platform given, if there's a platform given only not for these two parties, for other parties too, right? It's not only Congress and BJP. We have got 1.3 billion population. I feel we should have 50 parties. Why we should have only 2 parties?
But the regional parties are pretty,
no,
especially in South.
let 50 national parties come in. No, why should not we have 5 national parties in the same state? I'm of that opinion basically. The more the party comes, there has to be a platform to address. Now today there is no addressal method only. How do I communicate your failure? So today we are in a different era altogether. This is something new by surprise you are caught in. Earlier in a small paper, whenever they used to write something negative about Chief Minister, we have seen governments falling apart. something negative written on a small corner paper, a Sunday paper, the things have to be so serious. Today, nothing is serious, right? Today, things have changed. I have also grown and seen. I never thought today, this part of time of my life, I'll be talking about this. If 20 years back, understood, we thought we are going to be progressive, we are going to be the walls are. Now, anything can be managed. If you have got power, anything can be managed. That's where we are today. We have to accept it today. If people don't want to accept it, it's their left. I've been very honest. People are fed in a different way to think because I am setting an agenda. I am setting an agenda today. Even in today, you go in Sony Idol and watch about talking about Ram. Why not so many years you did not speak about Ram? Is a question mark. Why all of a sudden now Ram is coming? I appreciate. I am a great ardent follower of Ram. We believe I am an Hindu. I am born proud to be Hindu. So today, what is this happening? Even in Babaji, even if you go in Tarak Mehta ka Ulta Chashma also, you speak about Hindutva. Why not all the years? Why only elections have come now you start doing that? Babiji Garpe, do you see any of the serials? In Babiji Garpe also there is a promotion of Modi ji. Pick up. No, why not? No, speaking good about Tipu Sultan, what is wrong? If I have got a good opinion about Tipu Sultan myself, why should not title? In what way it is wrong? Just because I speak about Tipu Sultan, you say I am not a Hindu. What is appeasing? Why appeasing? Then why are you appeasing only Ram? What about Ashoka? Who was the biggest warrior? Who was the biggest king in this whole world? Why only about Ram? Let's have a debate. Come. Why only about Ram? Why not about Sita? Actually, Sita Ma is also greatly sacrificed than Ram, right? It's a discussion which you want to do. And this is the today modern world. You don't talk about rocket and science. You don't talk about satellite. You don't want to talk about anything. You want to only talk about this. And today how we have come here and again discussing same about Rama, Tipu Sultan only. This is where today mindset is. So you are already trained to question what? Why are you not talking about futuristic science? Why are you not talking about what is the GDP of this country? Compared to what China was in last 10 years to now, what their GDP is. You want to compare China versus India? I've got any statistics with it now? Why should not we discuss? Ask BJP people in 2014, China was at $10 trillion. Now China is at $20 trillion. We were at $2.25 trillion. You are hardly at $3.5 trillion. What is the great achievement you have done last 10 years? Today, apparently, I spoke about it. You are speaking about this. Today, in any platform, two people speak about this. I was giving you a reference where my questioning is, you are talking yourself as a Vishwa Guru. Whom do you have to challenge? Okay, let us come to Afghanistan. You know what is Afghanistan dollar rate today, rupees? Afghanistan is far better. What is Bangladesh today? So your rupee has fallen so bad against dollar. So you say your economy is growing. How your economy is growing? You say it is the fastest growing economy. I've been since from last 30 years, I'm hearing the same thing. There's nothing new about it. Fastest growing economy. Yes, we assume that we are fastest growing economy. Let us take China for example. Because they say all big things about we want to change the whole world. Let us take China only. China in 2014, it had got a $10 trillion economy. Now it is a $20 trillion economy. You can Google it and check it right now. So 10 years back, we were at $2.5 trillion economy. Now we are at $3.5 trillion economy. So what is it we have achieved in the last 10 years? We had 55 lakh crore as a loan. Today we have got 200 crores loan. 200 lakh crores loan today in Government of India. So there is no discussion on such things, right? Discussion is only on controversy. The whole discussion is only on controversy and creating somebody as a dummy god. Fair enough. So it's only he will enjoy the power or his party will enjoy the power. But after 10-15 years or maybe when we are discussing, you would say one day, yes, what Lord you said, you're right. This is going to only benefit them. Anybody in this whole world in a democratic country, you make anybody a dummy god, the suffering is going to come to the country, not to him personally. You want to talk about demonetization today? You know what? Where is 2,000 rupees notes now? Earlier, before the demonetization note, there were 17 lakh crore notes in circulation. Today, there are 33 lakhs notes in circulation, crore notes in circulation. It was not told by me, that Nirmala Sitaram only. So many things we can discuss. Is this discussion which I speak is going to be a national issue? No. National issue is again Rama, Tippu, Rama. Anyway, it's ever ending. I'm sorry, I just dragged too much, I think. That's what I'm telling you, If we have bought till $2.4 trillion, $2.2 trillion, now I have to measure your performance, You told lot many things about me. When she was doing some 100 meters in 10 seconds, I said I'm going to make 100 meters in 1 second. I'm not even touching her, no. She did 100 meters in 10 seconds. I spoke so much ill about her and I came to power. And I'm still proving that I'm able to run much faster than Usain Bolt. If I see I'm not able to compete her. Take the previous government performances in GDP and measure this government, Have a statistics analysis for it. Take adjoining country and match it and see. What is there? The programs are set in such a way that everything is going great. Go ahead. That's how it is going to be. If I'm just speaking here, I know nothing is going to change. Change in thought is important. I feel change in thought is important for this country as a country. Forget about Congress, BJP. As long as we all doesn't change, that's going to be very difficult. Anyway, state definitely all the programs about this new government and successive government what we have done, and UPA 1 and UPA 2 will be our programs. I'm not interested in national politics, no. I've given the recommendations to them. See, still the things are not set in. I feel, at any given point of time, we should win 16 seats, according to me. See, anyway, they'll defend themselves, we have to defend. I don't think so, because, this time if this will be a strong voting, ideological voting, I personally feel. They will only improvise on Hindutva, nothing else. So we have to see how people are going to act. I am very sure the same old stories doesn't really run. We have got a clear mandate of 136. So there's so many people who say this government will fall. So if I have to give you numbers, both JDS and as well as BJP put together, they're 85. From 136 to come to 85, we require about 53 numbers. All 53 MLAs have to resign. First is to make it equal. If not, 2/3 of the MLAs have to go that side, technically. So why, in what context they always keep about some, they believe in some astrology or some number, I don't know. But this is a fact on record. So if you can ask them, definitely this high command is there, who has to be CM, who has to not be CM, it is decided by them only. So obviously the CM will continue. It's his opinion. So if he says more DCM has to be made to, it's his opinion. I don't have anything to say on that.